A farmer once spent thousands of dollars trying to save his crops. He sprayed chemicals, he hired experts, nothing worked. Then, thousands of tiny red beetles arrived within weeks. The insects destroying his plants began to disappear. No machines, no poison, no expensive technology, just one of nature's smallest hunters, quietly doing what it has done for millions of years. And the most surprising part, people accidentally chase them away every single day. Without realizing, they've just removed one of the hardest workers in their garden. The little red visitor. You've probably seen one before. A tiny red insect, bright wings covered with black spots. It lands on your hand, crawls across a leaf, then suddenly flies away. Most people smile for a second, then forget about it. Some children even believe it's a sign of good luck, but very few people know what that little beetle is actually doing, because while it looks peaceful, it's searching for something, not flowers, not nectar, its next meal, a hunter in disguise beneath the leaves of your garden. A silent battle is taking place. Tiny green insects called aphids gather in huge numbers. They feed on the sap inside plants, day after day. They weaken flowers, vegetables, fruit trees. Even healthy gardens can quickly become covered with them. To us, they're almost invisible. But to a ladybug, they're a feast. The moment it lands on an infested plant, the hunt begins. One aphid, then another, then another. Without making a sound, the tiny red beetle starts clearing the leaves one bite at a time, far more than a pretty bug. People often admire ladybugs because they're beautiful, their bright colors, their tiny black spots, their gentle appearance. But nature didn't give them those colors just to look attractive. Those vivid colors are actually a warning, a message to predators. Don't eat me. Even birds quickly learn to leave them alone, because the ladybug carries natural defenses that make it an unpleasant meal. Its beauty isn't decoration, it's survival. And thanks to that protection, it can continue doing the job that most of us never even notice. Cliffhanger. The average person might see a single ladybug and think, what a tiny insect, but if you could follow that little beetle for just one day, you'd discover something almost impossible to believe, because before the sun sets, it may have eaten more garden pests than you thought possible, and that's only the beginning. A hunter that never rests for most of its life. A ladybug is hungry, very hungry. The moment the morning sun warms its wings, the hunt begins. It doesn't wander through your garden by accident. Every leaf, every stem, every flower is carefully inspected, searching for one thing. Aphids, tiny insects that reproduce at an incredible speed. A single colony can multiply into hundreds in just a matter of days. Left alone, they can overwhelm an entire plant. But the ladybug rarely leaves them alone for long. A tiny predator with a huge appetite. Don't let its size fool you. An adult ladybug can eat dozens of aphids in a single day. Over its lifetime, that number can reach into the thousands. And if that's impressive, its babies are even more astonishing. Ladybug larvae don't look cute at all, with their dark bodies and tiny orange markings. They look more like miniature alligators than the bright red beetles we're familiar with, but appearances can be deceiving. These strange-looking larvae are eating machines. Almost from the moment they hatch, they begin hunting, moving from leaf to leaf, consuming aphids one after another with remarkable speed. Long before they ever grow wings, they're already protecting the plants around them. Why farmers welcome them around the world? Many farmers don't rely only on pesticides anymore. Instead, they invite nature to help. Ladybugs are released into orchards, vegetable fields, greenhouses, and vineyards, not because they're beautiful, but because they work quietly, efficiently, without polluting the soil, without harming the crops. While humans sleep, these tiny hunters continue patrolling the leaves, doing the job they've done for millions of years. A balance written by nature. Every healthy garden depends on balance. Too many aphids, and plants begin to weaken, too few predators, and the damage spreads quickly. The ladybug is one of nature's ways of restoring that balance. It doesn't destroy everything in sight, it hunts only what it needs, helping keep ecosystems healthy. one tiny meal at a time. Sometimes, the strongest protectors aren't the biggest, they're simply the busiest. Cliffhanger. The next time a ladybug lands on your hand, you might see nothing more than a harmless little beetle, but scientists have discovered something even more surprising. Its bright red shell is actually sending a warning, a message that many predators understand instantly. And once you know what it means, you'll never see those little black spots the same way again. Why nature painted it red? Have you ever wondered why ladybugs are so brightly colored? Most insects spend their lives trying to disappear. They blend into leaves, hide beneath bark, camouflage themselves from danger. The ladybug does the exact opposite. It wants to be seen. Its bright red shell, its bold black spots, they're not there for beauty, they're a warning, a silent message that says, I'm not worth eating. Over time, birds, lizards, and other predators learn to recognize those colors. One unpleasant experience is often enough. The next time they see that familiar red shell, they simply fly away. It's one of nature's simplest survival strategies, and one of its smartest. A lifetime of quiet work. Most of us notice a ladybug for only a few seconds. It lands, it crawls, then it disappears into the garden. But while we're busy with our lives, it's busy with its own. Searching every leaf, protecting flowers, helping vegetables grow, keeping tiny pests under control. It never asks for attention. It never asks for thanks. It simply does what nature designed it to do, one tiny step at a time. More than a symbol of luck. In many cultures, people believe a ladybug brings good luck. Children smile when one lands on their hand. Some make a wish before it flies away. Whether those traditions are true or not, one thing certainly is, a healthy garden is fortunate to have ladybugs because luck has very little to do with it. What looks like a tiny visitor is actually one of the hardest working hunters in the entire ecosystem. Perhaps that's why people have admired them for centuries without fully realizing the job they were doing. The next time one visits you, imagine you're walking through your garden or sitting quietly in a park. A tiny red beetle lands gently on your sleeve. Your first instinct might be to brush it away, but this time, you pause. You remember the thousands of aphids it may remove during its lifetime, the plants it quietly protects, the balance it helps maintain, and instead of chasing it away, you simply let it continue its journey. Sometimes, the greatest acts of nature happen so quietly, we almost miss them. Not every hero is large enough to be noticed. Some are no bigger than your fingertip. The ladybug doesn't know it's helping gardens. It doesn't know farmers welcome it. It doesn't know children smile when they see it. It simply follows the instincts that have guided its species for millions of years. Hunting, protecting, balancing, one leaf at a time. And perhaps, the next time you see one, you won't see just another little bug. You'll see one of the hardest workers in nature. Every leaf hides a story. Every garden has unseen protectors. And every tiny creature has a purpose waiting to be discovered. Here at Yafa Wisdom, we explore the hidden lives of the animals, birds, and insects that share our world, revealing the remarkable science and surprising stories behind the creatures we see every day. If this video changed the way you see ladybugs, subscribe and join us for a new wildlife story every week. Until next time, stay curious, because sometimes nature's greatest heroes are the ones small enough to fit on the tip of your finger.